to start with, all you want to practice is using the board. Yeah? So what you want to do is keep a nice clear thing and just cut from the pile, but always keep that, try and keep that clear. Yeah? And just practice that a few times, just that spread. So cut, you've got the trowel pull there, and then the pull, yeah? So with that pull, what you can do is just touch the nose down first. Alright, I'm going to do it slowly, show you again. So you cut, get it a nice sausage, and then touch the nose down, and as you pull back, just turn. Like that, yeah? And then when you've mastered to get it, and you've mastered the spread on the board, just keep practicing until you get that spot on. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll swap now. So don't cut too much off. Yeah? Right, I'm going to show you one more thing again. That went bad, that was pretty good. Here you go, take that out. So what you can do to begin with is number it, yeah? So each action, give a number to it. So 1, you cut. 2, you pull it to one side. And 3, what you're trying to do is scoop it too fast. So what you want to do is get it a nice shape. See how slow I did that? So it's 1, 2, 3. So it hasn't got to be fast.
Yeah.
And it's not like a flat scoop like that. It's a cut. So you get it a nice shape. And then it's just a polite pick up. Yeah?
Yeah.
Try that. That's nice. Not bad. So come in just on the side of it more so than going forward. Come in the side and forward, slight angle. Yeah. That's good. Now spread that. Not bad. But with that spread, don't do it. You ain't got to do it fast. It can be just a very sort of smooth movement, yeah.
Rolling around.
Yeah, not bad. Right now, when you've got your sausage, you cut your sausage and you've got it on the trowel. Then put the nose down so it's almost touching, then just in one action turn like that, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to have to cut further, but now just toss that onto the pile so you've always got a pile to chop off. Obviously you've got a bit too much off, so what you're trying to do is you're trying to work out how much you're going to need, yeah?
Yeah.
So when you cut it, yeah, I'm a bit cack-handed there because obviously I'm leaning over, but just cut enough for one trowel full rather than, that's it. Not bad. But obviously what you're trying to do, trying to avoid long term, is making a mess. So that clear channel you get at the front of the board, that's to make sure you don't drop any. That was good. Right, take the camera again. After it's got to be cut, but because I've been hanging it around in the fucking air and I've been showing. So now you've got the margin you want, right? You know, and if you've got a little bit hang off, just do that and it'll come off. So now you can do it one or two ways, whatever feels comfortable. Some people want to put it that way, some people go that way.
Yeah.
I'm going to go that way because if you go that way, you'll lose it off the end. So on this end, I'm going to go that way. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you pull the back in, you go over the top to flatten, and then you feather through. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then what you should be able to do is sit that on there and be it. I mean, obviously these bricks have been reused, so what you should be able to do is sit that on there, and when you've cleared it off, you should have a 10mm joint like that, yeah? So now, once you've got to that point, you've led that one quite well, yeah? Then it's the buttering. So it's 1 down, 2, 3. If this was a 4-inch wall, but if it's a cavity, you'll do it differently. But for now, that's how you'll do it. Just point that trowel on there so that it doesn't push. And you've gone down at an angle, and you've gone up, and then you've gone down again. And see how that joint's filled?
Yeah.
Yeah? And then, which we haven't got a level here, which we're going to need. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I'll take these off now, and then you can have a go at that. You had it. Right, if you can repeat that, mate. Repeat that a few times. Right, you got your sausage. Yeah, you lost a bit on the end, but that's fine. Haven't got to do it as fast to begin with. It's not about speed. Alright? Right. So, my style is a cut and roll style. You know, some people call it sausage rolling or whatever you want to call it. But I always try to keep a board clear. So I'm cutting till I've got sort of the length of sausage that I want. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And it's as simple as that. So I'll show you again. So it's not a speed thing. I mean, in time you'll pick up speed and you'll do it naturally, but it's not something you've got to do fast to make sure it goes on, yeah? See that? And I haven't lost any in them 4 trailful, in them 4 pickups, I haven't lost any off the end or nothing, have I? Yeah? And that's because I do the same every single time. And it's just, after a while, it becomes second nature to you. You don't know any difference. So I've cut, and I've shaped it to think, right, well, that's about right length for the trowel. There, pick up. Yeah? And then you can turn to the spread and do whatever you want. But that just gives you that thing. So it's cut, 1, 2, and there. So again, cut. I've cut a little bit off because it was too much for this trowel. And then I know that I've got a full trowel and I'm sizing it up in them motions. Yeah? Where's that mark I made there? So that's the end of our corner. So I've already closed it now. Obviously I make it look very natural because I've been doing it for so fucking long that I can't do anything but make it look natural. But that there, look, I'm doing it very slow so you can see. So that there, I'm when I'm looking at that and I'm taking it, when I'm clearing that muck off, cutting that muck off, I'm also looking to see how level it feels or level it looks. Yeah. So you're not just doing one thing at a time. Yeah. So again, that there, look, I'm looking to see if I'm top and bottom, and I'm also looking to see if it looks level or not. I've touched the nose down, look, I've touched it on the end of there, if you notice. Yeah? Now, if this was a cavity, you don't want it all going in the cavity, so you pull the back in, and then you feather through, and then what you have left, you should be able to butter to pick up with. Yeah? And then I've just muscled that in, up and down. Yeah?
Yeah.
And again, I'm looking to see how flat and level it looks. That's what it's about. You're trying to get your best effort before you put the level on.
Yeah.
You're trying to get it as flat as you can, just with your eye. Now, your eye is the best tool you've got in your toolbox. Without any shadow of doubt, your eye is the best tool you have. So if you can eye things and get it to a point where it just needs a little bit of a touch-up, yeah?
Yeah.
You're halfway there. So that's why you want, first of all, a 4 brick run like this is perfect. So you can see that it's not right there. Little touch there as well. Now she's within the lines. Now, you've got to bear in mind these are all different bricks. These are just a medley of different bricks. So
it's not all going to be perfect.
I've got to judge it. Like the bed might differ, but it's because the bricks are different. Yeah. But this is only for training purposes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so I've plumbed that up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've plumbed that up there. Now what we're looking to do is range it through so they're all straight. So come a bit closer for me, mate. And just eye that down. You can see they're all touching. as I go up, they're all touching. That one's just poked out the top slightly. So it's just a little touch, yeah?
Yeah.
All good? Right. So that's the end of my corner. I'm just going to do a little wrap back, just so that you can run this in a minute, Lewis. Yeah? Now, with my experience, I can put the half on first, but for you beginners, it might pay to put the half on after. Alright? As you can see, that I've just pinned it with the tip of my trowel. It don't go anywhere. And this is my best guess. Before I put the level on, I'm doing it to get my best guess. Yeah? So it's all judged with the eye until you get the length that you want it at. Yeah? Again, very light tap, up and down, get that joint fill. Now, just looking at that, I'd say I'm a little bit high this end, right? Right, they're all touching now, and the bubble is, in actual fact, still slightly high, but not. Yeah, no, that's good there now. And on this end, again, I've best guessed it. There, and again there. Right, and then I'm ranging again. And I'm kiting down, and what I'm trying to do is get all of them straight, yeah? See it? Yeah. What you can see is a little gap there, so that means I'm a little bit hard. Just a touch hard on them too, see? Now you can see that it's running. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the same again. See how I just pushed that across because I just needed a little, it was just a little bit short on the end. Yeah. So I pushed it in. I used the tip to just guide where I wanted it to go. Yeah? Just tilted it slightly, then I brought it straight again. And that just gives you that full joint there, yeah? When you're building a corner like this, just put the brick up ready. Well, that didn't work out very well, so I didn't have any perk. But this ain't my normal trowel. This is a little one because Lewis is using this one. I might have judged it a bit better if I had my normal trowel. Right, now, when you first start out, just make sure your level's clean as well. Yeah? You can see, look, I'm still slightly high this end. Yeah. So as soon as you're stood there, from this end first. There you are. There we are. And then range again. So now you can see, like, that's not touching there. Yeah?
No, it's not touching.
So it must be them two. That junction must be what's pushing the level round. Now you can see it's touching, and it's ranging that. I mean, you've got to give it a little bit for the shape of some of these bricks, but no, I didn't run that like a donut. But that's good anyway. Alright? So it's all about consistency, doing the same thing over and over again until it's immaculate. Yeah? So this time I'm going to show you the way that I would do if I was starting out. Yeah? Mm-hmm. As in, I'd probably mark where I want the brick to be and I put the brick on first. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the half is harder to lay on its own, it'll move more. And then that just gives you something to push up against. Only to begin with when you're first starting out, just because you won't have the level of finesse that, and I misjudged it slightly anyway, but it's all little judgment calls as you go. Things you have to judge at the time. Yeah? Now this time I put more on. The first time I did it, I didn't put enough on, so therefore I didn't have enough for the perk. So now this time, look, got enough for the perk. Take them off, because if you let them go off in time, you'll be beating them off the next day if you don't get around to building on it. Again, touch hard there. Put that in there. And there, that just wants to touch there. Again, ranging. That one was quite a way out, so that's bad judgment on my part. And that, there's just move, that's it. Yeah. Right, now I'm lacking a little bit on the end, so what I've done, I've pushed it with the tip of my trowel and then I pulled it back again, yeah? Because I just knew it would be a little bit low on this end if I didn't. Right, so now you've got eye down that. Yeah, I've eyed that. That's not too bad, I think. And just at the same time, just point your trowel in the frog of that brick just to stop it sliding that way as you push against it. Because otherwise you'll be pushing out. You've eyed it, so you don't then want to be pushing it out of where you've eyed it to. Yeah? Yeah. So now, level that in again. I mean, if you're building this, you might build it at a smaller level to begin with. Just this one I've got to hand. And in a real life situation, you're probably not going to be building a corner of this size. A bit slightly bigger. Now that one was just slightly led back. That one was touch that way. And then a quick touch there, and you're good. Don't always do that, sometimes I do, depending on. Oh, he's an hard one. Right, probably wouldn't use that one on a day-to-day, just use it for purposes of this. So what I'm doing, I'm eyeing down that now, and that looks somewhere near it to me. And then again, just hold it, just so, don't push. Right, straight away I can see that it's high there slightly, just looking at it. Now rather than flicking that, just put it in the frog. Yeah, because the habit is to do this and flick, and once you get in that habit, you'll never get out of it. So if you have an excess and you want a clean trowel, just put it in the frog of the brick, yeah? Spot on. Spot on. That one's touching this way. And that range as well, so that's all good. Right, that dear. Right. So every trowel fall that you put on, you're trying to judge how far that trowel fall is going to get you. So I'm starting there, and I think it's probably going to get me to about there. So that's where I'm ending with the flick. Yeah? Yeah. But to be totally honest with you, I may have misjudged that slightly. So therefore I've gone forward, and I've gone back the other way, and I've filled the little void that would be there. Yeah. See, I went from a thumb and a finger, because some, you get it right. I've misjudged the bed slightly, so I've just pushed it out because I realised that it's too much. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm eyeing down the wall so I can see that my bottom of my brick and the top of my brick are in the same place on the base plan, yeah? Again, I'm looking at that, but I've laid the brick backwards on purpose so that I can exert some pressure to bring the top of the brick to the line, and the bottom of the brick is really there. So I've tilted it so that I can pull it into the line so I'm not fouling the line as we go on, and I'm slightly high there. Yeah? So again, it's all about trying to judge it. Now, if you know you've got a brick that's slightly bigger than 65, so it's 66, some do come in big, you'll get to fill that first couple of courses, you'll know, and you think, right, well, I need to thin my bed out slightly. Yeah? And if you do need to thin your bed out to get the brick to make life easier yourself, that's what you do. So you're always making adjustments. You're making adjustments as you go to make your life easier as you go. Yeah? So before, them red ones, them ones there, we were using them when we figured out they were small,
Yeah,
weren't we?
smaller,
They
yeah.
were fucking tiny, so we knew that we needed to get rid of them because it was making the life hard. But in normal circumstances, in a situation like that, what you do is you'd adjust your bed to suit. So if they come in slightly smaller than regulation size of 65, you'd make your bed slightly smaller or bigger to suit the brick that you have. See, that one's big now. After all that one's a big bastard. So it's all what you're doing is you're adjusting as you go. Now, with experience that you can't buy experience. You've got experience through just gaining it. Through experience, you know how to make these adjustments naturally, and you don't really think about it. You think, oh, that was a bit big. I'll tighten the bed down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so again, I put them up there, realised I've probably got a little bit more than I need, so I put that to the end, and then I've dragged away from the last brick to make sure there's not like a little upstand there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Again, I've got a trowel for them up. This is an 11-inch trowel, and I'm going to use a 12. So I'm thinking, well, where am I going to get to? I know with a 12-inch I'm going to get 2.5. Well, I'm not going to get 2.5 up with this trowel you got there, because it's smaller. So, again, I'm making adjustments to suit what I have. Yeah?
Yeah.